I've read this quote today that said, "Don't do what you can, do what you can't." And I loved it so much because basically what it meant is that we should not be aiming to always do what we for sure know we can do it and we can accomplish it. What we should aim to do instead is to stretch ourselves so much that we're doing something that we are like, I have no idea how to do it. I have no idea whether I can even do it. I have no idea whether it's even possible. And yet we still find ourselves in that situation when we're doing it. And I'm thinking back on all the situations in my life where I grew the most, and all of them were the craziest ones where I was doing something that I thought is not possible, or for sure I cannot do that. And it goes from having an interview to my current company where I work in Dutch, which was absolutely insane because my Dutch was not fluent, and I agreed to do an interview in Dutch, but then my brain had to be so concentrated, and I feel like it pushed me so much, and also it added like that little evidence about myself that I can do something that's that crazy and that's impossible. And you become strong and you become better once you stack up more of that evidence. Or some other situations in my life, like I think now the situations that are popping up in my mind, it's all related to the languages, where I was putting myself in the situation where I had to be fluent in a certain language, whereas I was not. And then I would grow and learn so much because I had to be fluent and I wasn't. Hence I was growing insanely fast and it was so scary. And I remember thinking to myself, why on earth even? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this to myself? And I didn't want to do it. But yet, every time afterwards, I appreciated it so much. So I really like that quote. I really resonate with it because if we always do what we think we can do and we're 100% certain about that, we're just staying in our comfort zone. Comfort zones are boring. Comfort zones is the zone where we don't grow. But if we aim to do something extraordinary, if we aim to do something that we don't even think we can accomplish and do, but it's still worthy because it's connected to our why, it's important to us, and we still aim, even if we fail, we would have achieved so much more and pushed ourselves so much further than if we just did what we thought we could and stayed in that comfort zone. So with this podcast episode, with today's message is, what is something that you don't think you can do? And the encouragement of this episode is, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. And show to yourself that you can. Stack that evidence. Become that crazy person who can achieve impossible goals. And you would not need to convince anyone else because you would know you did that crazy thing. And it doesn't matter what anyone else would be saying because you would have that self-confidence. And self-confidence does come from doing those crazy things that no one thought, including yourself, that could be done. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. And if you did, I hope to see you in the one tomorrow.